Those who wants to achieve their financial freedom, I believe that you have to invest in the knowledge first.
Start with value investing. Start knowing about the fundamentals. Start knowing how to value a company properly.
Don't be overwhelmed by the amount of information.
With that knowledge, you know how to do the investment right, the right way.
Start something that is safe, you know what is going on, value investing, slowly build on this foundation, and then after that, you will know what is right and what is wrong.
After you own the skill, the next best thing is to take action.
There are so many stocks, there are so many articles, so many videos, so many well-intentioned people with tips and say, oh, stock A, stock B, stock C, stock, this is growth, and all this kind of stuff. Know your circle of competence, identify one or two, study the industry, all right, and then use that as a starting point.
Invest in your knowledge, start right away, no matter how much you have. Even if you only have $100, why not, right?
So anybody who wants to start investing doesn't mean that you have to stay with it, but at least learn about value investing first. That's the foundation. And then you can branch out to other things which you maybe find more interesting.
Hi, this is Kiran from VIA Value Investing Academy again. So before we start, thanks for joining our deep dive series on time. But this evening is going to be very special because Hillary is not around, right? So it's just me and the team, okay? So just now you have watched a very short video, which is our in-house production, right? And before we go into the actual detail about the options, now I just want to make sure that all of you are able to hear my voice, right? If you are able to hear my voice and see me moving around on YouTube Live, right, can you just type like 1 or yes so that I know that everything is okay, Okay, so I let you type. But before I start, I would like to thank all of you, especially those people who click on the subscribe button, right? Because we are happy to say that in 2020, 2 years ago, we started with around 2,000 subscribers. And then as of this afternoon, right, we have grown from 2,000 subscribers to 11,600 subscribers. That's a whopping 480% increase. Woohoo! And then the next one is the total number of views. We started off again in 2020, right, October 27, so there are about 50,000 views. So as of this afternoon, we have crossed 1 million views. Yeah, woohoo! So that's another one. So that's a 1,900%, so that's really a lot. So I'm really thankful to the team. And in case you don't really see them because you only see me, right? So let me just share with you who they are. So this is the picture, right? So let me just point. So I'm thankful to Susie, who is our in-house producer. She has taken the lead to do all this. Can you give Susie a round of applause? Hey. Own self, clap own self. Then of course followed by Irfan, her sidekick. So because of these two, we have actually exceeded our target. Yay! We'll celebrate again soon. Then another one who has already went back home, right, is actually Hillary. If you attended our previous data series, you have seen her, right, Hillary. And then Alex, I don't think you have seen him, but he's the one that sent out EDM, spam your inbox, can you please watch our YouTube Live. Yeah, so these are the 4 key people who have made all this possible. Yeah, okay, so some of you already typed 1, very good. So everything is nice, right? Now, just to let you know that we started this channel predominantly to educate people because right now there are many TikTokers, influencers, and so on. So we want to make sure that the things that we share are very scientific, very rational, right? As factual as we can. And if you want to keep yourself posted about any analysis of companies, any trend about investing, anything financial, right? You can see on the extreme right, there is a QR code. And if you're watching this on a laptop, you just need to use your phone and scan this. Yeah, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to do it. Just help us add a bit more subscribers to this number. So you just need to scan, there something pops out, right? And then you just press subscribe. Of course, the biggest benefit for subscribing to our channel is if there is any important news, you'll be the first to notify. Yeah. So here, if you look at the small little picture over here, right? Biden, I think about 1-2 months ago, signed off this thing called a CHIPS Act. Yeah, so this one has a very huge effect on this semiconductor war between China and US. So all these things are very interesting. And there is another short video over here, right? Here talks about Peter Lynch. Yeah, so Peter Lynch is a very famous investor. So of course he talked about investing, how not to lose money, right? And then yet do well. Yeah, so there are about 100 of you. Well, just now I saw was about 40, 50. Oh, goes up very fast, huh? So thank you, right, for joining. Now, so let's jump into the actual topic itself, and we want to talk about options. But of course, before we talk about options, we have to be very careful because in order for us to invest using our hard-earned money, there are two key things we need to take note of. One is, of course, the knowledge, and the knowledge comes from word know, right? To know what we're supposed to do. Of course, in addition to knowing what to do, right, we must also know what not to do. Yeah, not what to do. And of course, if you have some cash, maybe bigger or equals to Sing dollars, $100 per month, actually you can get started investing. So cash is actually not the issue. So predominantly, I think it's a knowledge. Now, so before I go into the actual option part, I'm not very sure whether are you familiar with YouTube. If you have watched some YouTube pertaining to investing, right, especially for the past 1 year or so, you know, sometimes YouTube ads will pop up, right? Yeah, and then you're supposed to watch for a few seconds, and then you're supposed to click the skip, and then you can watch your own video. So let me just give an example. I think for the past 1 year or so during a pandemic, sometimes I will watch investing videos about Buffett. Sometimes you see some people pop out, and then they will show their travel videos. They say, hey, you know, here I'm Dubai and so on. You know, many people have asked me why I no need to work and so on, why I keep traveling, you know, and so on. So in case you see some video, then subsequently the person say, no, let me share with you how you can get rich quick. Yeah, I'm going to share with you how you can turn $5,000 to $2 million in 10 years' time. Then after that, they will flash a compound interest calculator, a screenshot, very quickly in 1 second so they don't see. But I managed to pause and I managed to catch a screenshot of this compound interest calculator. And of course, the person in the video will say, hey, you know, anyone can use a proven formula. I'm not very sure proven by who. Yeah, where anyone, right, can turn this $5,000 to $2 million. Hey. Okay, So maybe let's look at it in a very scientific manner and see whether what's the chances, right, that anyone with no financial experience can turn $5,000 to $2 million. Now, so if you look at this compound interest calculator, there are a couple of assumptions. The assumption is 11 years. So in other words, 5,000 through 11 years can become 2 million, can become 2 million. But of course, the most difficult thing is to do that, right? That person, whoever that is, has to produce a return of 73% per year, compounding, right? Yeah, consecutively, straight 11 years. So it's a super royal flush. Ooh, yeah, so 5,000. So 5,000 return to 2 million, which means that if anyone can do it, right, that includes me, but I cannot do it. But if anyone can do it, you know Stephen Lim Koko, right? You know Stephen Lim? Recently, he sold away HDB, and then he raised 300,000. So in other words, if that can be done, we shouldn't use 5,000. We should sell away HDB, and then show hand, right? And let our children sleep on the street for a short while for 10 years. Then we turn 300,000, 11 years, the same percentage, and then we can turn 300,000 to 124 million. Yeah, then our Minister Lawrence Wong no need to increase GST, right? They just need to use our National Reserve, right? And then use this proven method, 73% per year. Yeah, so I think we have to be very factual and careful and then be rational and then ask ourselves, yeah, of course, you plug in numbers and so on, but can anyone do it? Can anyone do it? Remember, 11 years consecutively, 73% and above. Yeah, so I cannot do it. So I'm not very sure who can do it. So we have to be very careful, including what I say. Yeah, so whatever I shared, you have to ask yourself, does it make sense? Yeah, and the reason why I want to be very careful because I think I have to assume that all adults are intelligent enough to differentiate what is possible and what is maybe not. Okay, So to do that, I just want to let you know, this is just my opinion, right? This diagram shows the so-called my journey, my uneven journey, right, in investing. So I started investing at age 24, so-called investing. Actually, I was gambling, but I didn't know the difference between gambling and investing. So during this journey, it's up and down. So during the up journey, remember, everybody will think that they are stock market genius. So we have to be very careful until there's a downturn, right? Yeah, so let me share with you the number of crises that I've been through. That's why during investing, we have to be very careful. Yeah, doing 73%, I think it's unlikely. So for example, this one, my first crisis when I was much younger, it was a 1997 Asian financial crisis. .com, if you're old enough, you will know. Global financial crisis, I think most of you will know. And there's a very small, very short crisis. It's so short, nobody even remember, right? It was somewhere in March, April 2020 during a pandemic. So there was a very small recession. Yeah, so I have to been through a lot so that I can share with you what not to do and what to do. Yep. So remember, investing requires experience. You cannot read a book just because you make money in 2 years and then you tell people that you can turn $5,000 to $2 million, 73% annualized return. I think it's a bit difficult. Yeah. So from here onwards, I saw a message from Andrew. Okay, I think I better don't mention him. Now, so I'm going to go into the topic itself just to let you know that for tonight, I'm going to focus on a very important topic called options. Yeah, option is an instrument, it's a derivative, and many countries have different options. For example, Taiwan, they have options, Hong Kong, they have options, but we're going to talk about US options. And then just to let you know that the contents that I'm sharing tonight actually was sort of repeated in an investment festival organized by NASDAQ. So I think I'm quite happy that NASDAQ, together with their event organizer, MarketWise, actually allow me to share with the audience. Yeah. So if you look at this photo is actually extracted from this movie called Star Wars. Star Wars, right? So here I put US option equals to choose your side. In most of the movies, there's always this good and bad. There's a dark side and then there's a bright side. Yep. So options is a double-edged sword. So there is a dark side to things, and there's also a bright side to things. So I don't want to make it so rosy as though everybody can become rich on like 73%, right? So as much as I can, I'll share with you the facts, and then being treated as intelligent audience, you all see what makes sense and what don't. Yeah, so that in case if you see the ad again, you know what is possible and what's not, right? Now, so when I say choose your side, just now was a Star Wars, but let's come to reality, right? Reality, huh? Now, there are two photos that is being shown on this slide. On the left is a lottery ticket buyer, and the other one is lottery ticket seller. Now, assuming that money is not an issue. Now, there's about 135 audience over here, right? Now, if you can choose a side, yeah, to become wealthy over time. Now, which side would you choose? Would you choose? That means we are talking about the probability of success. Yeah. So which one has a higher chances to become wealthy? So I just need to have to type either 1 or 2. Do you think that if you choose 1, there's a higher chance that you become rich, right? Or choose 2, there's a higher chance to become rich? Yeah, just need to type 1 or 2, right? So one is lottery ticket buyer, and the second one is lottery ticket seller. And there's a poll. Yeah. So by the way, choosing these two choices are very important because that marks the foundation of what we're going to do later on. So I think there is a poll, right? Yeah. So maybe just take 5 seconds to just do this poll, and then after that, the result will be out. Mama Sim, thank you. You chose number 2. Yeah, the rest I think must be clicking on the poll, huh? It's okay, right? Okay, good. So yeah, so my teammate told me most of you choose 2. Okay, very good. Now, so most of you have chosen 2, right? And of course, I think we should know that the owner of Singapore Pools is actually the government itself. So I think government is also intelligent that if they wanted to make money, right, I think they want to own the casino and not to become a gambler. Yeah, so most of you have chosen number 2, right? Yeah, chosen number 2. Now, so let me share with you what are the things that we're going to cover tonight. So the first thing is I'm going to talk about options. Yeah, the derivative that stem from US. Yeah, not other countries. So we are talking about US options. And then I'm going to talk about what's the difference between an option writer, or sometimes known as option seller, and an option trader. So remember, these two groups, right, are different. Then the third one, right, why option traders trade. Why option traders trade. And then I'm going to share 3 strategies. Option trading strategy 1, 2, and 3. Now remember, right, when I'm sharing these 3 options trading strategy, I am not encouraging you to become an option trader. Yeah, I'm just telling you that in the market, in the educational industry, right, there are people teaching these 3. And the reason why I share with you so that number 1, I think you can save money. Number 2 is once I've shared with you, you will know, okay, what to do and what not to do, right? Yeah. So this is my objective. Okay. But before that, just to let you know that this is the disclaimer, right? Previously, I would have read, but let me just jump straight to just 1 or 2 lines. So remember, right, in no event shall VIA or me be liable to any one of you for damages of any kind, use of the content here. And remember, right, we are not licensed by MAS, so it's just for education purpose. So neither VIA nor myself, right, makes any representation or warranty as to the completeness or accuracy of the information shared in this evening's session. Okay, so let's get started. Now, let's talk about what are options. I've seen some people who are very familiar. For example, I think Manfred, I definitely know Manfred. Yeah, I think Yamchi, Kevin, Sora, I think all these are our grads. So this one like our typical CFOS session, right? But for those people who are not our graduate, it's okay. I'm going to go really slow. So for our graduates, just pardon me, right? Because I need to assume that there are some people who are not our graduates. So yeah, Angeline never left. She's permanently subscribed to our channel. So let me just talk about what are options, okay? Now, so during our evening class back in VIA in our Shenton House office, I use an analogy like an insurance agent. So let's say I'm an insurance agent representing AIA. Let's say it can be Great Eastern, doesn't matter. So let's say I'm insurance agent. So this is me. Okay, this is me, right? So as an insurance agent, I do not draw a fixed salary. So in order for me to make money, right, to make a living, I need to sell something. And of course, I need to sell insurance. When I sell insurance, I'll make some money. And the money that I collect is simply called a premium. Okay? Sell insurance, collect premium. Sell insurance, collect premium. So in other words, if every day I can meet someone, sell my insurance, every day I can make premium. But in order for me to sell insurance, the insurance must be written, must be created by someone. So of course, AIA created insurance. And the person, right, or the group of people that creates the insurance, sometimes they call themselves underwriter. So in other words, in order for an insurance agent to make money, there's a 3 simple steps. First one, the underwriter must write, pass it to the agent sells, so step number 2, right? And step number 3, you collect money, right? Now, so in other words, the insurance agent is like the Singapore pool, where they sell lottery ticket. So they write the ticket, they create the ticket, after that they sell. Then the client is actually a lottery ticket buyer. I'm just using an analogy, right? So remember, what I'm sharing here is from an angle of a seller's perspective. Since most of you say, to be wealthy, we need to be the Singapore pools, right? That's why I'm seeing it from the Singapore pools angle. Then of course the question is, then why would anyone buy a lottery ticket? We'll come to that later on. So in other words, a quick recap. In order for anyone to sell a lottery ticket, involve 3 steps, insurance, 3 steps. And if I take this 3 steps and then map it to US options, right? These are the 3 steps. First one, you have to write the option, or write the insurance, or create the lottery ticket. Second is you sell it to someone, which is the customer, right, or the gambler, right? Then after that, you collect the small little amount of money, the premium. So for me, I'm no longer option trader. I used to be in my early 20s, but I've stopped gambling. So just take note that for me, including our students, our graduates, we are always the seller. We are always the Singapore pool. Now, so if that's the case, right, then why would anyone want to be an option trader, right? Since all of you has already established that to make money, you want to be the Singapore pools, then why would anyone want to be a gambler? So just hang out there for a short while. Now, since for me, I'm always a seller, remember I shared that we create a lottery ticket, we create options, we sell it to a customer, and then in exchange, we collect some money. And you may notice that I've highlighted this rate. Very important. Now, so let's look at the option trader. Option traders. Option trader do not do exactly what I do. And I'm very familiar with both sides because when I was much younger, right, in my 20s, I was doing option trading. Then in the end, I lose money, so I think I better go the other side. So ultimately, I think the Singapore pool is better. Okay, So what will option trader do, right? Option trader will buy. Can you see the difference? This is write, this is buy, right? And then they will buy, and then after that, they will mark up, and then they will sell, and then they collect difference. So let me use an analogy to describe. So the key difference is the very first step. Now, if you are not an investor, and if you are hearing these options for the first time, I can tell you that you will be confused. You're confused, And then right now in the training industry, sometimes they disguise certain things. You'll find it very difficult to differentiate what is option selling writing which is a lottery ticket seller, Singapore Pools, versus option gambling, option trading. But how do you know whether are you trading gambling or are you actually a seller? Yeah, the key is this word. As long as you attend any form of educational seminar, training or whatever, and then you are required to buy something called option, and then subsequently sell, right? Yeah, such an act is actually option trading. Now, nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly legal. But later on, we will explore what is your risk. So remember, the key word is, one is create something out of nothing, writing, and the other one is buying something. And if I could use an analogy, I'm going to use this marker pen as an analogy. Now, as speakers, usually we use a different type of marker, a big one. So we use this jumbo size marker. This is really huge. And let's say, right, let's say there is this manufacturer, or sometimes we call it OEM, original equipment manufacturer. And in order for them to sell the pen, they have to assemble this cap, put this metal in place, put the E in place, so they put everything in place. So once they put everything in place, then of course they distribute or they sell to someone or their distributor. So for example, they may sell to Popular Bookstore. So let's say the original cost price is $1. Yeah, they sell, right? Remember, they create the pen. They assemble pen, they create out a pen. So creation is here. Then after that, they sell to Popular. After they sell to Popular, they collect the money, because if they sell something, they collect money, right? So Popular will have bought this pen. Can you see? Bought this pen. And then they'll do a markup. If they bought it at, let's say, $1, right? Yeah, let's say they mark up to 150. Yeah, 150. Then after that, they will sell, right? So they buy $1, they will sell 150. Then after that, they make the difference. Yeah. So remember, we are the lottery ticket seller. We create something out of thin air, and then we sell it to someone. There's someone, right? Yeah, who are option traders. They will do a markup, and then they sell it to someone else. Okay. So remember, we are OEM. We are not Popular Bookstore. You're not Popular Bookstore. Yeah. So I'm going to use this as an analogy, right? So let's jump straight to this. Now, if you are seeing this for the first time, my goodness, I think this will be quite tough for you. But I think most of you are graduates, right? Now, just to let you know that if you are new to this, it's okay. Just to let you know that lottery tickets, there are two types. In other words, options, there are two types. Yeah. One is called a put option, and the other one is called a call option. Now, I'm going to avoid all the details, because actually I may need to spend an hour talking about what's called, what's put. But I'm going to just skip this, right? So now at the back of your head, you just need to remember options, there are two types. There's no third type, there's no fourth type. It's only called a put option, and one is called a call option. Their characteristics are totally different. Just remember, there are two. Yeah. So the most important thing is the intention behind. So now the question is, why would anyone buy a lottery ticket and not become a Singapore pool, right? So before I move on to the next slide, I'm going to show you a very quick video. It's very short. Now, unfortunately, the video is in Mandarin, right? It's in Mandarin, but don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. My colleague doesn't know. It's in my PC. Yeah. So I'm just going to play. It's a very old TV series. But don't worry. So let me just make sure that there's sound, right? Yeah. Sound. Ready? 1, 2, and 3.
我就以这10块钱，赢你这家赌场15点。
Not very sure whether you've seen this Mandarin TV drama series. But anyway, the guy on the left, I think is a very famous. Used to be very famous. It's called Li Nansing, right? And then the one on the right is actually Zoe Tay. Now, so the context of this is Li Nansing is some god of gamblers. So in the short clip, he said, I'm going to use this small little token to win the entire casino. Yeah, but remember, this is a drama. This is not reality, right? I don't think I dare to walk inside the resort world and say, hey, I'm going to use one token and win the entire casino. Yeah. So let me share with you. Let's go back to the original title. Now the question is, why would most people rather buy the lottery ticket than to become a Singapore Pools? Now let me show you this. Now, because they have been told, whatever, social media, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, they have been exposed to information and they have been conditioned, they have been trained, that they can go inside the casino with $1,000, and then they say, oh, you can trade option with just a small amount of money, 1,000, and then you can make unlimited return. So if somebody make this promise, it's quite attractive, right? It's quite attractive. Even to me, it's quite tempting. Remember just now we talked about the YouTube ads where someone said 5,000 can become 2 million in 10 years. This is quite attractive to me. Yeah, if I'm in my 20s. Yeah, but right now I can differentiate what is possible and what's not possible, huh? So remember, such claims are quite common, right? Quite common, huh? So I think I have to be very careful, otherwise I might end up in the MAS alert list. Huh? So remember, 1,000 to 1 million, yeah. And then sometimes option trading, right, may be disguised as option investing. So remember, trading is trading. Trading is never equals to investing. But because words can always be toyed with, so sometimes people disguise trading and investing, or sometimes to make it more exciting, right, it can be option investing millionaire or option something. But anyway, with the word millionaire, it sounds like everybody can get rich quick. Yeah, so we have to be very careful, right? So remember, as long as it involves buying an option and selling, is a trading. But it's still legal, right? So now the question is, what are the risks? Yeah, what are the risks? Yeah, and then some people say, oh, you want to learn some get rich quick scheme, right? Or you can put 10K or 80K with me, this sort of thing. So you have to be very, very careful. Now, let me share with you the underlying assumption. Now, when I was a kid, my mom used to buy lottery ticket. Lottery ticket. You know, cannot be helped. She's not educated. She come all the way from China. She have absolutely no money to invest. Yeah, she don't work. So with a small amount of money, $5, $1, $2, I mean, what do you expect, right? She can't possibly start a Singapore Post. So for those people with small capital, it's quite tempting that when you hear someone, right, telling you you can become rich by using a very small capital, then, you know, even if my mom hears it, she may feel very excited, Yeah, but in order for anyone to turn a small amount such as 5K to 2 million, right, in 11 years, what is the underlying assumption? The underlying assumption is all option traders, yeah, they must have this special ability, right, to be able to forecast stock price movement into the future. Yeah, so in other words, remember, right, just now we talked about annualized compounding interest of 73%. So in other words, in order for anyone to have 11 straight years of 73% or more, cannot be less, right, or more, this person must possess this special ability, right, to forecast share price in the future. That means in front of him there's a crystal ball. You just look at it. Okay, tomorrow share price go up, and so on. So right now I'm going to slow down over here for a short while. We have to ask ourselves whether can we do that for 11 straight years. Yeah, 11 straight years. It's either a yes or a no. Yes or no. Now, if the answer is yes, which is impossible, right? You know, then I think Warren Buffett wants to know how to do it. But if the answer is no, then we have to really think whether is this 73% possible. But let's assume that maybe you can guess 1 out of maybe 5 times right, or 2 out of 10 times right. Let's see how it works. Now, so let me just go back to this basic of option trading. Okay, so right now I'm going to the other side of the fence during the early days when I lose money, right? So I'm going to go to the other side. Yeah. So remember, there are 2 types of option. One is called the call option and one is called a puts option. But in view of time, I'm just going to focus on call options only. So how does option traders, make money, right? And then, wow, can get rich quick, So I'm going to go really slow here, right? Now, if you are a graduate, you have to like adjust your brain a bit, Yeah, adjust your brain a bit, because right now, Corn Up say 我不是沉默的羔羊. Okay, now, so how does option traders make money? So remember, out of call option, we're going to put option aside. Now, if the option trader want to make money out of call option, they have to make certain assumptions. Remember, they're not sure, but they make assumption. They make assumption that the share price will go up in the future. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Yeah. Somehow they guess. Somehow they have a special ability to know that share price will go up. Whatever. It can be Tesla, it can be ETF, it can be anything. So let's say they got one crystal ball. They look at it and then say, okay, share price will go up. So if the share price will go up, what will they do? They will buy call options. So buy, right? Remember, they don't write. Right now we're talking about option traders. They will buy, right? So they will buy and then they'll do their prayers. And then if the share price really go up, the premium, right, of this call option will also go up. But not only go up, it go up much higher. Later I'll give you some examples. So just hang on there first. Yeah. So remember, in order then to make money, right, they must guess this correctly. Guess, speculate, wish, pray. Now, but if the share price go down, that's where the problem starts. Yeah. Then the call premium may go down much more and they may lose everything. Yep. So it's like tossing a coin, right? Is it a head or tail? So you must guess, and you must guess 11 years correctly. Okay, huh? So how does option traders hope to make money? I'm going to list out the whole path. So take note. Remember, I'm just using one illustration, right? That they assume that share price will go up, whatever that is. Maybe they like Tesla so much that share price will go up forever and never come down. Okay, so share price will go up, right? So if they assume that share price will go up, what will they do? They will quickly buy call options. Yeah. And when they buy call options, their hidden intention is they bet that the share price will go up. And because the share price will go up, remember they're betting, right? The premium will go up much more. And then they quickly sell. Yeah, before that piece of paper become worthless. Because every option has an expiration date. It's like a canned food, has expiration date. So in other words, they have to quickly do this before it expires so that they can make the difference. Remember, buy pen, mark up, sell pen before the pen expires, and then they make money. Okay, so this is a trick. So let me share with you 3 strategies, but I'm going to do one by one. Now, the common option trading strategy, whatever they call it, they may call it option investing or whatsoever, right? Involve buying something called a call option. Remember just now, at this point, they bet that the share price go up, so they buy the call option, call option, right? So this is option trading strategy number 1. Yeah, buying short-term call options. And I'm going to give some details, Okay, here I'm going to slow down, especially if you are really new to this, Now, this screenshot is being taken off an investing platform called TD Ameritrade. Let me introduce to you, right? Just to let you know that this screenshot is about a company called Tesla. Yeah, I'm using Tesla because it's a very popular company, everybody knows. So we travel back in time, right? The share price of Tesla was 650 on the 20th of June 2022. So let's assume that we have a time machine. We go inside time machine. We travel back to 20th of June 2022. And at that point in time, you come out of time machine, you look at PC, share price of Tesla was 650. Then after that, you take out a crystal ball. You and then you say that, hey, in the future, right, Tesla share price will go up, whatever. Yeah. And then the Tesla share price must go up before your option become worthless on the 29th. Yeah. Okay, So remember, for option traders, right, they do 3 things. They buy an option, in this case, call option. Yeah, they hopefully, if the price go up, they can sell and they can make some money. Okay, So if you look at this number over here, right, yeah, the option trader, if they choose this strike price called 660, now I'm going to avoid talking about what strike price, but let's say they want to buy one option. In this case, one option costs this person, option trader, right, $67.50. But in the world of options, you cannot buy one option. You have no choice. The rules is you have to buy 100. Okay, So if you buy 100, remember, 67.5 times 100, right? Yeah. So in other words, by buying 100 lottery ticket with 67.5, stamp on it, it will cost you 6750. Now you haven't make money yet, but you have to cough out the money. You have to cough out the money. Because you queue up, buy the lottery ticket, you buy 6750 to Singapore Pools. Now, once you have bought this lottery ticket, which costs you, right, 6750, yeah, you have to do your prayers because you got a crystal ball, right? You have to pray that the Tesla share price in the future, before this 29 July, goes up. Yeah, goes up, Yeah, goes up. And if the share price didn't go up, yeah, more than 650, yeah, more than this amount, right, more than this share price, then, right, your highest risk is you lose everything. Everything which is your 6750, and that's 100% of capital. So what does this mean, right? So in other words, remember, investing is a risk reward. So in other words, the option traders' risk is they have to cough out this 6750 upfront, yeah, because they buy lottery ticket, right, to gamble, right? And then if they didn't win, yeah, they didn't strike, right, the lottery ticket, they lose 100%. 100%. So right now, I'm going to just slow down. We have to ask ourselves the psychology, right? Psychology, Yeah, if let's say I'm the option gambler, option trader, right? In my pocket, I only have 6,750. Yeah, cash, So I go inside a casino. Yeah, casino, and then I buy a lottery ticket. And once I buy a lottery ticket, there's no way to refund, right? Yeah, so right now, I do not have 6750 anymore. I only have the lottery ticket. Yeah, so hopefully I can make money out of it. So why would anyone put 6750 at risk? Yeah, such a huge sum of money, right? Now, the only possibility is the reward is so much that it's worth risking 6750. So let's look at the detail, right? Yeah, remember crystal ball, and let's say your crystal ball works. Yeah, previously the share price was 650. Yeah, and then about a month later, right? Wow, the price of Tesla really went up from 650, yeah, to 816. Yeah, 816. So remember, in the very beginning, I said that if the share price go up by a bit, the premium will shoot up by a lot. So let's see, right? So the Tesla's premium actually went from 67.5 to 154. So in now, your lottery ticket, originally you paid 67.5, right? Wow, right now it's worth 154. Wow, so you're lucky. The option trader guessed it correctly. And in terms of percentage ROI is 128.7% in 1 month. Wow, then you got some boasting right? You can put it on Facebook, say, hey, I learned this option trading strategy called buying a short-term call, right? And I make 128% in 1 month. And that translates to a profit of 8690. So in other words, the share price went up by 25.6% only, but the premium actually went up by a lot. So that's the sort of like a rule. Yeah, so if I could plug in a number over here, right? Yeah, option trader do not mind risking this amount because their profit is much higher in terms of absolute, and the ROI is also a lot. Yeah. Now, bear in mind, would you want to raise 6750 of losing everything so that you can win 8690? Okay, so this is the option traders thinking. They think that they can. Now, so that's option trading strategy number 1, buying a short-term call, which can be 1 month, 1+ month, and so on. But the most popular strategy that people try to promote, right, is buying a long-term call option. And sometimes long-term call option is also known as LEAP. Yeah, LEAP, what does it stand for? You can see here, right? Long-term equity, anticipation securities. Anyway, long-term is called LEAPs, LEAPs, right? And why they will promote such a strategy, right? Because sometimes option gambler also want to appear to be like investor, right? So they worry that short-term price is very unpredictable. Yeah, so their way of persuading you, right, is, okay, number 1, pick a very good company. Instead of buying short-term where the share price fluctuates, let's do a long-term one. Because long-term, right, most likely, not 100%, most likely the share price may go up. So what do we mean by long-term? So let's come back to strategy number 2, buying a long-term call option, and sometimes also known as a LEAP. Now, by the way, this is a real data, right? Yeah, but they are back-tested data so that I can illustrate using real-life example. Now, so if there's a time machine and we travel back in time to 23rd of July 2021, back to the future. So, but we back to the past, and during that time, Tesla share price was only 643. And over then, you are option trader. You only got a small amount of money. You want to get rich quick. So you become an option trader, right? And then somebody say, okay, Tesla is a good company. You watch a video, the person say, buy Tesla, and then you buy Tesla, right? And then what you did was you buy a long-term call option. Just now, the expiration date was about 30+ days, but this time now it's more than 1 year. More than 1 year is called a long-term call option, or a LEAP option. So that pen or the lottery ticket, right, will expire on the 16th of September 2022. But remember, we are here, So from you got 1 year before that piece of paper become worthless. So as long as within this 420 days, as long as the Tesla share price go up, the piece of paper that you bought will also shoot up. Wow, then you what, right? Then you make money, But that's the only way you make money. That's the only way you make money, right? So let's look at the back-tested data, right? So eventually, the share price did increase. So so here I don't talk about the increase first. Let me talk about the upfront cost. Now, in order for you to buy the lottery ticket, you can see here is 143, right? Options, you cannot buy 1, you need to buy 100. So it's 143 times 100. So your upfront cost is 14,000. So it's not really low cost. Imagine walking inside a casino and say, hey, I'm going to give you 14,000. Give me 100 pieces of lottery ticket. I think that's a lot of money, right? I could really do a lot of things with 14,000. I think I could maybe go Turkey with my wife, go there twice, right? Come back, okay, But to make money, remember, they need to have some form of crystal ball where they can see into the future that Tesla share price will go up. Yeah. And remember, not only it must go up high enough. Huh? So if the share price did not go up, remember, you spend 14K to buy lottery ticket, that's it. You lose every single cent. Yeah, so in other words, before 16th of Sep 2022, the price must go up. There's no other way. That's the only way you can make money, right? Yeah, so remember, the option trader carved out 14,000 upfront and they risk 100%, right? Yeah, of course, corn up, of course. I use Tesla, of course, I can use Sprout Farmers Market or whatever. And I use Tesla because a lot of YouTubers like to use Tesla. Okay, huh? Now, then what is the risk, right? What is the risk, huh? So let's assume that the share price did gone up. You know, just now was 600 plus. Let me just circle over here, right? Yeah, here, huh? And you guess it correctly. So maybe in months' time, right, the share price did went up to 800 plus. 800 plus, huh? So the share price, this is not option premium, this is an option, this is a share price. The share price went up by 26%. And then correspondingly, for call option, when the share price go up, the premium also go up. So the premium actually went up to 143%. $143, which means that in absolute term, right, you actually make 3570 and your ROI is 25% in about 1 year's time. So if I could put it in sentence, in other words, in this case, the share price did went up, you did guess it correctly. So 26%, you guess it correctly. And then the call premium also gone up. Remember, for call option, when the price go up, the call premium will also go up. But of course, the call up was saying it's a bad example, but you know, in view of time, I have to choose one. I have to choose one, right? And if I choose Sprout Farmers Market, nobody's interested. So I've chosen something that people will be aware, right? Okay, so in other words, that option trader carved out 14K upfront, and within that 400 plus days, if the option expires, the share price didn't go up or stays flat, the person risks 14,000. Of course, the person can cut loss or whatever. But eventually, if he gets it correctly, right, then the profit is 3570. So in this case, the person risks 14K using Tesla as example, yeah, to make 3570. Okay, yeah. So that is option trading number 2. Yeah. So I'm going to share option trading number 3, which is a combination of call and put option. Now, option trading strategy number 3, right, is actually what we have covered, which is buying call option. And just now the example I've shared 2, right? One is doing short term. You may realize that if the person try to gamble on short term call, you realize the ROI is quite high, 100%. But long term call, the ROI is a bit lower, but the risk correspondingly decrease. So, and the reason why I shared this is because I think about 6 months ago, there was one gentleman, right? He did a TikTok video. He was eating prata. Yeah, then he was eating prata. He didn't speak, but the message came up. Bull market, buy call option. And then bear market, buy put option. Okay, So I'm going to pause here for a short while, right? To just look at it very scientifically. Now, when we say that the market is a bull market, we are giving a label, right, to what's happening now. So right now, if right now is bullish market, at this point I saw, hey, the market is bullish. So I put a label that today, now is a bull market. But 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, we do not know. Yeah. So in other words, if right now, at this point in time, if we determine it's a bull market and we buy call options, now bearing in mind that 1 week, 1 month, 3 months down the road, the bull may become bear. Yeah, so it's quite dangerous for us to say right now is bull and then buy call option. Because in future we do not know. But let's assume that we try this out and see whether it works. Then of course, the common comment is bear market, buy put option. So same thing. Right now the market is still bearish, right? Yeah, it's still a bear market. And if right now you buy put option, so how does that work out 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the road? So I'm going to use one example. Yeah, but before that, let me go back to the call option again. So remember, any option traders who buy a call option, right, they are betting, right, they are guessing, or they are hoping their share price of whatever stock go up. Yeah, if they go up, they make money. So in other words, share price go up, the lottery ticket that they bought go up, yeah, they must go up much higher, and then they make money, right? So that is the call option. Then of course, put option, right, is right now people talk about put option. They bet that the share price goes down because right now it's bearish, bearish, right? So it goes something like this, So if the share price go down, this is a bit tricky. 20 plus years ago when I see this, this is very confusing. Yeah, when the share price of the put, when share price go down, the put premium go up. But in short, I don't want to confuse you further, right? In short, if you hear someone saying that to buy call option, they are betting that price will go up. If you hear someone trying to put a bet on put option, they're trying to bet that the share price go down. That is the simplest way to remember. Don't worry about this 1 and 2. Yeah. So I'm going to take these two, because there are only two options, right? I'm going to take these two so-called strategy and put it to a real-life test. And it's just to let you know that it's not as easy as what people say it to be. Now, let me go back to this picture again. Yeah. Bull market, buy call option. Bear market, buy put option. Remember, bull market is you say that it's bull market because it's now. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, nobody know. Bear market, we are saying that it's now. But 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, we do not know. But let's say we try to play this guessing game and see how does that work out. Okay. Now look at this slide, right? I've hidden, the share price. But let's say you use some form of technical analysis. Here let's say technical analysis, right? But remember, this span is quite a number of months. But because I removed the date and I didn't put it to scale, right? You may not know like how long this one is, but it's about a few months, right? So here it looks like a bull, right? Because it go up. So let's say I've learned something. Okay, bull market. Somebody say bull market buy call option. Okay, it looks like a bull. I do upper resistance line, lower resistance line, do some candlestick. Okay, so I buy call option. And when the share price go up, my call premium go up, I make money. What lah? So I tried this for the first time. I did it. I make money, maybe 100%. Okay, so it works. And then after that, momentum investing. So the share price keep going up. Yeah, so there's good news. Everything all okay. So what do? You repeat, because right now you make money, right? So you repeat. So number one, you already make money in your previous trade. Your confidence go up, and then bull run, right? You buy call option again. Yeah. So second time. So really, the share price really go up, and this time around, almost exponential, right? So you make money for the third time, and then the entire line further established that is really bullish, So you make money in the previous two trade, and then you try your luck again. So you buy call again because, you make money 3 times, right? Your confidence go up, so you do it again, right? So you buy call option again. So what happens right now? Remember, before I carry on, nobody knows what happened, to share price movement into the future. So did the share price go up? It did. It went up slightly over here, but subsequently it went down and then it goes up. And then, here you do not know what to do, right? Should I, close back the position? What should I do, right? Then suddenly it is slightly down. It's still not a bear market, but the price went down and then suddenly it went sideways, right? So you're thinking, what should I do? Then after that, your option expires. You lose money, but you are not happy. You want to make the money back. But remember, this is just an illustration, so you lost your money previous trade, but you console yourself is okay because you make money once, you make money twice. Yeah, so you make money twice, you only lose 1 time, right? So no big deal. You still got, you still make money once, right? Yeah. So what do? You look at all this, it appears to be like bullish, right? So you try your luck. So you want to, so here, right? Yeah, so you buy a put option. You're assuming that the share price will drop, So it did drop here, it appears to make some money, but somehow the share price went up again. Yeah, went up bullish again. Oh my goodness. So here, what should you do? Should I buy a put or should I buy a call? Yeah. And then what do? You try your luck because so exponential, right? You try to buy call option. Guess the share price go up, it went down. You guess that the share price go down, it went up. Okay, You guess that the share price go up, it went down. So you guess the share price go down, it went up. Now, so I'm going to leave this thing for you to see through. But remember, this is an illustration. You can always argue that you can close a position or whatsoever. Yeah, but I cannot show like 10 different types of permutation. So I just have to simplify things. And my intention is just to let you know that, yes, we wanted to guess. We want to do well. But sometimes it's not as easy as we think we can by trying to guess. And just to let you know that this company, the share price of this company is actually Tesla. And during this period, right? It's actually 2021. Yeah, 2021 is really bullish. Yeah, so anybody who buy any stocks, is a genius. Yeah, so the share price only has one direction, it's up. Until when the recession comes, or at least the rumor of recession, right? Everything comes down, then it's going to make life very difficult for us. Now, so the reason why I want to show you this picture is just to let you know that when somebody say option investing, are you really investing option? Yeah, or are you taking an option and you're trying to toss a die, right? Or toss a coin and then try to flip to guess whether it's up or down. Okay, so I let you ponder through, right? Yeah, ponder through, huh? So the question we have to ask ourselves, do we want to use our hard-earned money? Yeah, by guessing stock prices or guessing future direction, or are we simply gambling, right? But we thought that we are investing. Okay, this is for you to think it through, lah. Because ultimately, you know, it's your money, you decide what you want to do with the money. Huh? So I'm just showing you something that I know and see whether it's useful. If not useful, then it's okay. If useful, then you ponder through, huh? Now, and the reason why I want to share with you this, right, is because, you know, way back when the dot-com bubble burst in 2001, 2002, yeah, I lost this huge amount of money by gambling in stocks, thinking that I'm very smart in investing. So I think this really, how should I say, I think make me much more humble, right, that the stock market, right, is really unpredictable. And of course, Benjamin Graham has written a book called The Intelligent Investor, and in chapter 8, Benjamin Graham talked about this bipolar man called Mr. Market, which best represents the stock market. Nobody can ever predict a person, right, with bipolar disease, mood, yeah. So, but let's say we are lucky. Yeah, let's say we are lucky. Now, if the option trader is lucky many times, such as the bull market in 2021, right, it's normal that our confidence go up. We put in more money. We think that they'll be really good, and we may believe that we are lucky forever. Yeah. Until what do we do? Then we show hand our money, right? And we show our money, and if one day the market collapses, in which it is, which is a bear market, then we may lose our money. Now, this one was sent to me by one of our graduates. It's not my article, but the article came out on the finance.sg. Yeah, finance.ng, right? So, so I think the author of this blog, not mine, you can always Google the finance.sg and go and Google, right? But anyway, the author interviewed one young person called Jason. I think he's about 40s, and he said that he had accumulated $1 million. I find it quite astonishing. It's quite good, right? Yeah, really had to hand it to him. $1 million. But as of the time when the article was written, right, he said that he had lost 600 over 1,000. Yeah, I think it's not easy to lose so much money, right? Yeah. So let's see what we have learned. And then the author also say, here's what he learned. Yeah, and then he shared with the author, right? Yeah. So this is the author, the blogger's words, own words, right? I just highlight to you. He said he was an investor sharing how he do this during option trading, Remember, this can be disguised as option investing, right? This way back in 2022. Now that really caught my attention. Remember the blogger wrote this, Yeah, so he found that he started with 1 million portfolio using interactive brokers he has been buying long dated. Now, long dated is what we call the long term or the leap call. Yeah, so he did Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google. But of course, I could have chosen using any of these as illustration, but I just use Tesla, right? And sometimes the first alphabet of this company sometimes is FANG. So sometimes you when hear people say FANG means these few companies, few companies, right? Now, unfortunately, the crash in the Nasdaq, which is this year, right, has not been kind to him. As we speak, as in when the author blogger wrote, right, this one only left with this. So of course, this minus this equals to 600 plus thousand. And the original person who went through this ordeal, right, is called Jason Tsai. I mean, you can always go to Facebook and then search for this Jason Tsai, but don't go and harass him, right? Yeah, he's just being nice, sharing with the blogger of that blog, the finance.sg. Yeah, so I think deep down inside my heart, I feel for Jason. I mean, I lost 50K only, but he lost 600 plus. I think that must have been difficult. Yeah, but the key thing is we want to wish on the best, but we also want to learn what are the things that we should not do, Should not do, right? So let's understand more. Right? Yeah. So what he did, remember he's sharing his learning lesson so that we can avoid what he did. So remember he bought the lead, right? Long-term call option, buying long-term call option and selling for profit when the premium rises in value. So remember, in order for the premium to rise, the share price have to rise. Yeah. And then he said, leads gave me phenomenal returns, 2021. Remember this when the market was bullish, right? But failed miserably in 2022. We're on the path of losing this. So he even gave a screenshot. Can you see here? There's a Tesla here, which is why I use Tesla as an example. So you can see here is 46K. Yeah, I think he bought 6 contract over here. You can see 6, a bit small, a bit faint, 6 contract, huh? Then here he also bought Google, you know, and Nvidia, Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft, Netflix, and so on. Remember the FANG, right? So these are his transactions. Yeah, I'm not very sure, has he closed the position? I'm not very sure, but as of the block, right? So these are the information. Yeah, yeah, but look at this one. I also don't want to say all the bad things, right? Yeah, but look at this one. Having said that, my real strategy, right, totally outperformed the leaps in 2022. Yeah, so let me just pause here for a short while. First thing is that he said that there's a separate strategy, not the leap call, not the leap put, right? But it's a real strategy, separate one, huh? And then he said this real strategy outperformed this one in 2022, and this is the bear market, right? So what is this real strategy, huh? Real strategy. So let's go back up. Go back up, huh? Can you see here? Will involve collecting premiums from selling. Remember, not buying, huh? From selling puts and calls. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to connect the dots back to maybe 10, 20 slides away, right? So remember, right? Options, right, has 2 perspectives. And in the very beginning, I said there's a dark side and there's a bright side. It's just a metaphor, right? Yeah. And then I use a metaphor of a lottery ticket seller, remember? So I'm going to put Singapore Pools over here. Singapore Pools. And this is the one that buy a lottery ticket. Remember, right, it's perfectly legal in Singapore, but you just have to take side, huh? Take side, right? So for the Singapore Pools, he used real strategy. And then this lottery ticket, right, for Jason, he used leap. So let's do a quick revision. Yeah. Remember, there was one slide I say selling options involve 3 things. One is you write. That means you create the pen, right? Remember, we are OEM of the marker pen. Yeah. Then once you created the pen, what do? You sell, right? Sell to the popular bookstore. Then after that, you make some money. Yeah, you collect the money. Collect the premium, huh? So that is the real strategy, or sometimes option writing, or sometimes option selling. And then for the lead, which is buying the lottery ticket, right, is buy. Remember I said that the difference between selling, yeah, and option trading is the first thing. Okay, so you buy, right? Yeah. Popular bookstore bought the pen, and then they do a so-called a markup. Yeah, then they sell and hope to make the difference. And of course, just now I use a Tesla example. Of course, I can use other example, but I'm just using Tesla example. So here is a recap. And this is a real-life example, at least from Jason's real-life experience, right? That his real strategy worked, which is a Singapore pool strategy. And then for the leap strategy, somehow it didn't work during a bear market. Okay, huh? So as of now, you just have to ask yourself which one works. Yeah. So we have one data point, so that's Jason, right? Jason, So just now I shared this. Now, remember I warned you, be careful when you're told to buy call during bull market and buy put. Yeah, because the market could change direction anytime. And remember, right, all options has an expiration date. And if an option trader guessed wrongly, right, and did not manage to sell the options before they expire, yeah, they will stand to choose. They may lose 100% of the capital. Or the best case scenario, maybe they will cut loss. Yeah, cut loss, remember, is loss. There's nothing much they can do. Okay, huh? So what I'm going to do is I am going to use Warren Buffett example. But anyway, Warren Buffett is the #1 investor of all times. I think I don't want to self-proclaim that I can beat Warren Buffett, right, using 73%. So I will let my colleague play a very short clip. Warren Buffett. Did I pass you the short clip? Didn't. I thought in my email I did pass. Yeah, don't have. Okay, it's okay. So maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop screen over here and I'm going to play via my YouTube, right? Yeah. It's okay, huh? Now, because I'm playing via my YouTube, maybe a bit jagged, right? You'll be, huh? But just give me a second, right? Yeah. Let me just share screen over here with sound. Yeah.
When I was 11, I picked stocks. I had the whole wrong idea. I was interested in watching stocks, and I thought stocks were things that went up and down, and I charted them. I read books on technical analysis. I read Edwards and Mickey. I think that was the classic then. Hundreds and hundreds of pages. And I read that whole thing over and over again. I read everything. And I thought the first 8 years, I thought the important thing was to predict what a stock would do and predict the stock market. And then I read Ben Graham, when I was 19 or 20. And I realized that I was doing it exactly the wrong way, but it didn't hurt that I had that background and everything. I rejiggered my mind and when I read the book, Intelligent Investor. And from that point, I never bought another stock. I bought businesses that happened to be publicly traded, but I became an owner of a business, and I did not care whether a stock went up or down the next day or the next week or the next month or the next year, and I didn't have any idea what it would do. I didn't know what the stock market would do, but I knew businesses. I'm a bright guy who's terribly interested in what he does. I've spent a lifetime doing it, and I've surrounded myself with people that bring out the best in me, and you don't need to be a genius in what I do. That's the good thing about it. If I would have...
Right, by the way, just to let you know, there's one more video that we need to play, right? Yeah, maybe you want to check your email, right? Yeah, so let me just go back to my slide, over here, right? Yeah, so this is Warren Buffett, the #1 investor of all times. Remember, like most of us, we started learning about technical analysis and so on. Then somehow we realized things didn't work out. Yeah, but at least we learned something, right? We learned what not to do, huh? Yeah, and he specifically mentioned this thing called the book, rather the book called The Intelligent Investor, written by a late professor, he already passed away, called Benjamin Graham. So Benjamin Graham unfortunately already passed away, and Benjamin Graham was a Warren Buffett teacher. Yeah, so remember in chapter 8 of this book, right, he did taught Warren Buffett, market, the entire stock market can be represented by this gentleman called Mr. Market. The share price go up and down. It's quite difficult to predict. Yeah, so we don't really buy stocks, we buy into businesses. So this is very important, right? Yeah, so remember there are 4 factors that work against the option trader. Now, but before that, I just want to make sure that my colleague has the email with, later you need to play another video, right? Yeah, correct, huh? Yeah, so right now, I'm going to share about the 4 factors that work against option traders, huh? Yeah, so be very careful, huh? So the first thing is, the first factor that work against the option trader, and sometimes it's quite hard to explain unless you log inside the trading account, right, or any platform, is something called the spread. Huh? So in order for us to buy options, our order will only be filled, right, or rather our order will be able to be submitted provided we choose this higher number, which is this 2.91. Yeah, on the higher side, huh? Yeah. And you may notice if I click on this 2.91 and I realize I made a mistake, and then immediately if I want to sell at 2.80, right? Yeah, I will immediately lose about 3%. Yeah, that's how the system works. You cannot buy at 2.91 and then sell at 2.91. So it doesn't work that way. Huh? So in other words, if you're an option trader, because this one is buy, right? When you buy, the share price has to go up so that the premium of this 2.8 go up enough, bigger than 2.91, bigger than 2.91 for you to make money. Can you see here? Yeah, but if you guess wrongly, that's it. Yeah, so remember, what works against option trader is there's this thing called a spread. Now, last time I lose money, so I'm very familiar. So in other words, you buy and sell, immediately lose money. Okay, luckily, TD Ameritrade has no, how should I say, they don't charge a commission. But if you use things like Momo, Tiger, all this, they may charge a commission. So number 1, the spread, you lose money. Number 2, plus the commission, then double whammy. Okay, so number 1, spread work against the option trader. Now, so the second thing that work against option trader is this thing called a time decay. And the reason why it's a time decay is because options, right, like canned food, has an expiration date. And if you buy a leap call, usually it will decay very slowly, very like linearly, until as the days get shorter and shorter, it becomes like a waterfall. So it's exponential, but it's inverse exponential, waterfall. Yeah, which is why usually option traders rarely buy short-term call because it decays very quickly. Usually they buy a long-term, sometimes 2 months, sometimes 3 months, and of course leap is more than 1 year. So remember, now, so as your option become more and more worthless, now if you can't get rid of your options before the expiration date, you may lose 100% of capital, and if you cut loss, maybe you lose some. Yeah, so this is something that works against the option trader, right? Yeah, so that's number 2. And number 3, when you're holding on to a call option or put option, you have no entitlement. You do not own the business. Yeah, you can only own the business provided you buy the shares or stock of the business. So because you buy options, it's not a stock. So you own nothing of the business, so you receive nothing. Yeah, no dividend, no entitlement, absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's just a lottery ticket. Hopefully the share price go up based on your guess or go down based on your guess, right? So this is number 3. Yeah, this is not a benefit. And number 4, which is quite hard to measure, which is the psychological factor. Now remember, if we go inside a casino and we place a 10% bet, right, using $1,000, and then eventually you win, yeah, it feels differently, or you may behave differently when you speculate on 100,000, right, or $1 million. It's very different. So for example, the Stephen Lim Koko, until today, I'm still not sure whether it's true or not. I mean, in TikTok, he said that he sold his HDB for 300K. He put in Singpost. Well, I really have to salute his courage. That's something that I don't dare to do. Right? So 300K, it feels quite differently, right? From, if you say 3K into Singpost, maybe I still feel quite at ease. But 300K is really, the intensity is really very high. And the interesting thing is when we go to a casino, let's say we toss a coin, right? And we guess head. And then 10 times we guess it correctly. We may assume that the 11th time will still be head. And then of course the 11th time your confidence has already doubled or tripled, right? You may show in all your money. And then after that, you may win 10 times. You just need to lose 1 time, you lose everything. Yeah, so there is this psychological factor. Yeah, so these 4 things, right? Which is quite dangerous. So remember, I think we need to be very humble when during a bull market, everybody's a genius. Yeah, and then there's one quote by Buffett. He says something like, when the tide of the ocean recedes, then we will know who is swimming naked. Yeah, so we must always be humble in the stock market. Yeah, so remember, if you bet or buy call options, yeah, only when the share price go high enough, then maybe you can make some money. But what's the probability, right? Yeah, so remember, let's say if you buy call option, right? Yeah, from now until the expiration date, yeah, at one point, right, you cut off somewhere in the future. Yeah, there are only 3 directions for share price. One is the share price go down. Yeah, if the share price go down, yeah, all the way down, right, when the expiration date get closer and closer, that means 1/3 chance you lose money. But of course, you may argue it's only 1/3. How about the remaining 2/3? Now, next one, if the share price stays flat, yeah, the share price never go up because you guess it go up, never go up, stays flat, right? Yeah, another 1/3 chance you lose money. So here, right, is already 2/3 chance you're going to lose money. Yeah, you may argue, I still got 1/3, Yeah, true. And the last one is the share price did go up a little, but you only go up a little for you to break even. And because the option has an expiration date and then there's a decay, yeah, you will still lose money. Which means that out of this ABC, right, there's only one shot that buying a call option will make money, right, which is less than 1/3 of a chance. Yeah, is the share price must go up high enough, yeah, high enough so that it's not here, it's not here, it's not here. Then you lose money. So of course, investment, we want to protect the downside, right? Yeah, so this is a reminder for myself. I think Jason would have learned that as well. So remember, if we buy a call option, if we bet in a certain direction, yeah, it's higher than 2/3 chance that we will lose money. Okay, so I let you decide because ultimately this is just for education. You see, is it useful for you? Okay, whether you want to play this game. Okay, So what I'm going to do is I'll ask my colleague, right, to play a very short video. Now, but before that, maybe I share with you the context. Now, if you look at the right side, right, this lady by the name, her name is called Diana. Yeah, and the gentleman on the left, his name is called Key. So if you look at them, they are, I think, slightly more senior than me. So I need to give them, how should I say, the respect, right? They would have been through a lot more than me. So the context is Diana, right, which is the wife, who is the wife. She's a financial controller. Yeah, if you go and Google financial controller, it's very accounting based, deal with all the accounting numbers and so on. So in terms of accounting, she's definitely much better than me. Yeah, then the husband, Key, I'm not very sure what he does. Yeah, but these 2 of them, at their age, right? Yeah, at their age, before they reached the age, they thought that investing was guessing. Yeah, until, of course, they didn't go through anything good. They went through some bad stuff, right? Then they realized that, hey, I think we better stop gambling or speculating. I think we better invest. Yeah, so this video in which we're going to play in the next couple of seconds, shared very quickly, 1 2 minutes of their journey. Yeah, heartache journey, but of course, it eventually turned out to be good. Yeah, so here's the video.
Hi, I'm Diana. I'm actually a financial controller. So much time is spent on working for the company and not working for myself. And this is my husband, Key. We decided to come for this event is because we think that we need to let our money work harder for us.
That's right.
I'm Diana. I'm actually a financial.
Before attending the class, I think our investment was very much, I would say, speculating to a large extent. We just go by the flow. When people say, oh, this is a good stock, this is a good company, you should invest because it's growing and then it's doing very well. And that was the information we have.
After the first session, the first two sessions, I felt that we were able to see quickly where we went wrong previously.
Yeah. After going through this class, we really know that investment or investing in company is a different story. There has to be a process, a good process, good underlying fundamentals that we should look at before investing money. After all, it's our hard-earned money, right? So I think I really appreciate what Caden has shared with us, how to invest it correctly.
I think it's one of the most eye-opening session for me because I felt that what the steps that I thought are really quite simple, which can be easily executable. You don't have to think too hard. More importantly, I felt that it came across really sincere. I think I benefited a lot from it, not just from learning how to value invest, but getting to interact with Caden himself. So I thought that was very important. Definitely, I would recommend. In fact, I attended the first two sessions, and then I really did a recommendation to one of my friends. Not for anything, but I think it's a really worthwhile. If you're not even investing, it's a way of looking at things in general. It will add to your value learning for yourself. So I think I would recommend it to anybody. Yeah.
Okay, so Angel, welcome back. You have watched that short video, that was sincerely shared by Diana and her husband. Yeah, by the way, there's one part where Diana was saying, want to interact with me and so on, but I just want to maybe let the audience know, since there are about 170 of you, I just want to share that sometimes it's not about them meeting me, but it's about me meeting them. Yeah, meeting them, because when I sit down, talk to them, I could hear the story, and then behind every person who once lost money has a story. So my job is really to, as much as I can, share with them something logical through value investing. I need to give the credit to Benjamin Graham as well, because I had a chance to travel to Columbia Business School, right? Yeah, not to learn from Benjamin Graham because he already passed away, but to learn from Benjamin Graham, a descendant, which is Professor Bruce Greenwald. And like Warren Buffett, I think the credit has to be given to Benjamin Graham, as well as David Dodd, who founded value investing. Yeah, value investing, huh? Now, so moving forward, I just want to share that I'm not very sure how many of you are graduate. Okay, Corn Up just now say psychological factor is the killer of most traders. I totally agree, because last time I do day trade, so I perfectly feel for those traders. Yeah. So in case some of you, right, you are, how should I say, you last time you lose money before, you got some experience, but bad experience especially, and then you really want to sit down, rethink, learn something that has been founded, right, or created by Professor Benjamin Graham. Now, just to let you know that 2 days later, which is on the 8th of Sep, right, 8th of Sep, we are running an on-site masterclass. On-site because I want to talk to Diana, I want to talk to Key, I want to talk to you, right? So the on-site is actually at the office. Don't worry, we will give you the address, right? We're running on-site masterclass on Thursday, which is 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. because I really need 3 hours to talk to you, huh? But if 8 Sep is too soon, it's too fast, there's another one on the 22nd of Sep. Yeah, so my colleague, right, has already posted the link, which is 8 Sep and 27 Sep. Now, in case you cannot see the link, you can, sort of like refresh your browser, YouTube browser, and then scroll down to the bottom, right, you'll be able to see the link. Now, so in case you're not free on this 2 day, 8 or 22nd, we have our email address, enquiries, plural, @mykc.com. Just drop an email to thisenquiries.com, and then our staff will give you an alternative date. Yep. So the masterclass 8 of Sep, 27 of Sep. Now, a couple of months ago, we are charging $8 for this ticket because we have a limited seat. But I think I can waive off this. Waive off this, right? So for tonight, if any one of you, if you are not our graduate, you just want to learn properly about what investing is, you can appear on this by clicking on the link. Now click on the link, fill in your information very quickly in 30 seconds. Yeah, and then I'll see you soon. But I just want to let you know, since you're investing your time, you come all the way here and so on. We also want to give you something in return, in appreciation of a precious time, right? Yeah. So at the end of the session, we want you to bring something back, like some form of souvenir. And the souvenir we want to give you is we're going to give you a hard copy, not ebook, a hard copy of our national bestseller titled Invest La. So when I say national bestseller, right, is they have been on the popular national bestseller list, in Singapore. So remember, it's retailed in Kinokuniya at $33, but you're going to get the copy, hard copy, at the end of the class. Then at the same time, we also want to pass you a prepaid Starbucks gift card, which means that this card, right, has a $10 stock value. So you have the book in which you can read, and then while you read, you can go to Starbucks and read. And then because the card, you can get you a cup of coffee for free, right? And then we also want you to show your friend, right? Yeah, so if you bring 1 or 2 friends, either 1 or 2, which is okay, and your friend did show up, sit through, learn about investing so that they don't lose money, right? Yeah, for you who brought your friends, you will receive $20 of NTUC voucher, and $20 of movie ticket. So not only you can buy grocery with it, you can also go and see cinema. And then your friend who eventually came, right, will also receive the book and the Starbucks gift card. But of course, if we give so many things, sometimes people question, then why you give so many things for what? Why I come here, sit down, you still give me free things. The key thing is VIA, if you look at the logo on the top right-hand corner, right, we are a small firm. We are not like Starbucks or McDonald's, right? Yeah, we are like the beginning of the Starbucks McDonald's journey. But for people to know about us, we want people, hey, know who we are, and so on. So we want to give out some token appreciation so that people remember us. So that's the reason why we want to give out something. I'm quite sure if you get this, I think you will feel good. Yeah, we also feel good. We're happy to give you this. Then, of course, the most important thing, right, is 3 hours other than this tangible token appreciation, right? The most important thing are the intangible. Now, tonight, I talk about different option trading strategy and so on, so that you know what not to do, the risk and reward, right? And so what are we covering on the 8th of Sep, or 22nd of Sep? So in short, actually it's a lot of things, but I'm going to summarize 3 points. First thing is, remember, Buffett said we don't buy stocks. We buy good businesses. Yeah, so you will learn what I've learned in Columbia Business School, how to find good businesses. We are business owner, not speculator, right? Which will allow us to generate 3 sources of income. 3, capital gain dividend premium, right? Yeah, remember the wheel strategy? Yeah, even if you know nothing about investing. Yeah, this is for those people who are not graduates. Then, of course, you learn how to invest with minimal capital. Yeah, this afternoon, somebody just told me investing require like thousands. Actually, no need. Only about $100 you can get started already. Yeah, and then, of course, this one is the wheel strategy, in which I'm going to share more detail. Yeah, so actually, there are much more, but I'll share with you these 3 things. Okay, so remember, the 3 hours is like 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, right? And of course, just like I say, at the end of the session, we're going to give you the book, hard copy book. And then hopefully when you're drinking Starbucks coffee one day, you will remember us. So remember, these are some of the details. Yep, I'm going to waive off this $8. This is for you. Oh, by the way, some of you are graduates, right? For example, let's say Han Shi and all this. Now, if you're a graduate, of course, you already finished your course, you don't have to attend. But we are happy that if you bring your friends along. So if you bring your friends along, we will pass this to your friends. Yeah, so nobody loses. Everybody wins, right? Yeah. So with that, let me see. I think this should be my last slide already. Now, I hope that all of you have enjoyed the session about the risk and reward of doing option trading. Yeah, specifically on buying short-term call, long-term call, which is called LEAP, or trying to guess this buying put option. Yeah, so there's a risk and reward. Yeah. And then, of course, just now I shared a very quick story about Jason. Yeah, the LEAP worked during the bull run, but it failed miserably, his exact word, during the bearish market. Then, he lost what he has made. Yeah, but yet he said that the wheel strategy, in which I'm going to cover during this 2 on-site masterclass, worked out. Yeah, so I think luckily he do a bit of a lottery ticket, right? He also do a bit of Singapore Pools. So with that, I'd like to thank all of you. Just to let you know that maybe in 2 weeks' time, I will do another session, yeah, to let you know more about option trading, so that you don't have to spend thousands and thousands or tens of thousands of dollars to learn about this. So I think the one that I can think of, right, since right now is a bear market, I'm going to do 2 types of spread strategy. Spread. Yeah. What spread strategy, I'm not very sure yet, but maybe the first one, I will do maybe bear put spread. Bear put spread. Yeah. So since a YouTuber say, oh, you know, bear market do bear, right? So I think I'll share this, and maybe another one, maybe I'll do a call spread. Yeah. So I'll do 2 sides. Yeah. That will be in our next session. So if you are really interested about option strategy and you don't want to pay money, right, thousands of dollars to learn, right, just remember to like our, not like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Oh, by the way, there are about 156 of you watching this video. If you don't mind, right, in the video there's a thumbs up. Thumbs up, right? Yeah, thumbs up. If you don't mind, just help me press this thumbs up. Thumbs up. This is just to boost my ego, right? Boost my ego. And then for those people who are not our graduates, the link is already there. Just click on any of the Eventbrite's link. Yeah, register for any of our masterclass, and I'll share with you more about the wheel strategy. And then plus, of course, what Warren Buffett has said, Benjamin Graham's value investing strategy. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to wish all of you good evening, good night. And remember, me and then my team, we are from VIA, Value Investing Academy. And our mission, right, is we truly care to make all of you a better investor. So I shall see you in our next YouTube Live together, this time around with Hillary. Okay, so goodbye.